Fisher, Executive Director of the National Hip Hop Summer Youth Council. I also graduated from this beautiful facility in 1997. The Hip Hop Summer Youth Council is a nonprofit organization that uses the positive influence of hip hop to socially, politically, and economically empower the young people. And we've been meeting with the commissioner and NYPD over the last couple of years, basically to bridge the communication gap between the youth, the young adults, the NYPD and school safety. And we came up with the idea for Rap to Bridge the Gap. Rap to Bridge the Gap is an innovative program that's going to be conducting school summits and inviting local elected officials. Of course, the law enforcement is going to be there along with NYPD, and we're going to start the dialogue between the youth and the young adults in the communities abroad, and we're going to bring enforcement in to just talk to the kids and open up those communication gaps with the hopes of a better understanding on both sides about what we're trying to accomplish, which is basically keep the streets safe. So we'll be working with a lot of great hip-hop entities like Uncle Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box and the Source magazine to sort of entice the kids, because it may be kind of tough to get them to engage in this kind of dialogue. But this is what we're doing, and we're very proud of this initiative. And I'll bring up Charles to get more into the program and why we're doing this. And of course, we have Hip Hop Against Gun and Gang Violence Week coming up, another one of our programs. So, Charles.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really excited about being here. This has been a long journey with the Commissioner and NYPD to bring this project to fruition. It's important that we engage young people in regards to what's going on in our community. When 96% of all shootings are in minority communities and 90% of murders are in minority communities with Black Hispanics, we have a serious problem going on in minority communities. We support Stop, Question, and Frisk. It's a very, very important initiative that's needed, and we're going to save our young people. I know there's a lot of talk about it, and we're here to work with my good friend, the Commissioner, and the Chief Banks to tweak it, to make it what you guys think it should be in regards to how officers and young people get along in the streets. You know you failed our young people when they're walking around with their pants sagging. This is going to be the first generation that's going to go backwards. Life expectancy is going to be decreasing because of obesity, type 2 diabetes. It's going to be a real problem. With education, we're losing in math and science globally. We're sliding in that. We're definitely losing economically with jobs. First generation that will have a decrease in wealth, HIV, AIDS. We have some serious problems going on in our community with young people. The first generation of Y and Z that will be doing less than any generation. How do we address that issue? We have to address that issue. It's very, very important that we address that issue. So today we're partnering with NYPD to make a difference, all right? And to reach out to young people and to help bridge the gap. We have a 7-pronged initiative that we're rolling out with NYPD. We're in it for the long haul. And we're glad that you guys could be here today to be a part of this, because we need everybody to come together to bridge this gap. We need the media, we need parents, we need teachers, we need the community-based organizations, and we need some love. Our kids are failing. They're dying every day. And I know Stop, Question, and Frisk is part of their concerns. And the commissioner met with us and said that he was definitely interested in coming together and making something happen. And that's what we're doing today. Who would have ever thought that NYPD and the hip-hop community would be coming together? Who would have ever thought that? All right? So just us coming together is important, because we're two entities that, you know, you heard so many rumors about hip-hop and NYPD, but we're here together to make a difference because we're concerned about young people. So we need some positiveness from our media. We know you guys like to cover a lot of drama, but we want to hear some good stories as well in the hip-hop community. I'm working now with Island Def Jam, Barry Weiss, and we're going to be getting all the big hip-hop artists involved with this from the Universal Music, which is the #1 label in the world. And I want these artists to do some positive records just as well, because they're a part of the problem and need to be part of the solution. So I'm excited, again, about launching Rap to Bridge the Gap, and also the Hip Hop Against Gun and Gang Violence Initiative that is going to launch on the 17th of May. It's going to be our second year. Last year when we launched, we had a 40% reduction in homicides over Memorial Day weekend 2011 versus 2012, and a 16% reduction of homicides from Memorial Day to Labor Day, because we know when the summer comes, gun violence spikes in the summer months. So we're going to be kicking this thing off again. We're being proactive about stopping gun gang violence. That's what it's all about. Not sitting around and crying and complaining. I respect all our elected officials and what they say, but if we get rid of stop, question, and frisk, I think that Boston is going to be here every day. Gang members, they feed on drug activity. International gangs, this is how they make their money in our local communities, or for local gangs. And we have to be very careful about how we address this issue, and we can tweak it, but we cannot eliminate a policy that is definitely keeping everybody at bay, keeping everybody honest, a policy that is neutralizing the bad guys, and that is working. It's definitely working. So we're going to tweak it, and that's what this press conference is all about, to let you know that NYPD is concerned. We want our officers to come home at night, just like parents want their kids to come up home late at night. And that's why we're together today, to bridge the gap, to make it happen. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up Commissioner Kelly.
Charles, thank you. Thank you very much. First, let me introduce our Chief of Department, Chief Phil Banks, and our Commanding Officer of the School Safety Division, Assistant Chief Brian Conroy. And I want to thank Principal Jillian Smith for hosting us in this beautiful facility, and your staff, the teachers, and administrators for welcoming us here. And of course, I want to thank Charles and Randy Fisher and every member of the Hip Hop Youth Summit for starting this meeting. We're here because of them. Charles and Randy are well-known community activists. They're known for all of their efforts to fight poverty, to promote literacy, and to reduce crime. And I want to thank them for it. I've had several meetings with them. I've enjoyed every meeting. Every meeting I've learned something from them. They've been positive. And as a result of those meetings, this initiative is being launched. And in just a few moments, police officers, they're not here now, they're in the auditorium, are going to meet with our young people, about 100 young people, and have a very frank and open discussion about a whole host of issues. Now, this is just the beginning, because I believe with Charles and Randy's leadership, we can apply this model to other schools throughout the city. And we're also going to promote our own programs, many of them you may know of, and Chief Banks has certainly been instrumental in putting them together. We have a large law enforcement explorer program in the department. We have a youth police academy. We have a summer employment program. We have the police athletic league. We have a program where we train young people in use of computers. We have a cricket league. We have a soccer league, a whole host of programs. And they have served and continue to serve thousands of young people well in our city, done a great deal of good. And as Charles has said, crime is down significantly. We think it's down because of the partnership that's been built between the police and the community. Murders last year was our record low year in murders. The lowest number of murders we've had in 52 years. This year, we're down 32% on top of that number. Last year, we had a record low in shootings. This year, we're down 25%. in shootings. In this precinct, the 113 precinct where we're located, we had a 21% reduction in crime this year and a 52% reduction in shootings. That's all important statistic when it comes to our young people. About a week and a half ago, the mayor had a press conference where he announced a report from the Center of Disease Control. It said that New York City has the lowest percentage of teenagers carrying guns than any city in America, any major city in America. So all of this is good news. We're on the right track. We're moving in the right direction. But still, violence falls disproportionately on communities of color, as Charles has pointed out. We believe this type of dialogue, this type of interaction is going to help us continue to reduce crime. So I want to thank Charles and Randy Fisher for everything they've done, for their dedication, for their commitment. This meeting and this program is really coming about because of their resolve and their determination. So, thank you. Any questions on?